Hi, I think in many videos or shorts you probably heard about if you travel at the speed of light or maybe at faster speed then time will definitely go slow for us. Have you ever questioned it by your own that how it is happening so? I questioned it around maybe 2 month ago or 3 months ago, and I find it by my own by some resources. I'm not Albert Einstein, so okay, by some resources. If you curious about that how it is happening, so then I will definitely try my best to explain you. So let's stay in this video. It's my first video, so please don't it's my first video. If I do some silly mistake, then I think you can forgive me. Okay, before starting I need to give you a feel of relative velocity. What is relative velocity? Suppose you are moving in a train and your train is moving in a particular direction. Suppose this is that particular direction, and there is another train who is moving parallel to your train in the same direction. And if you're sitting in your train and you measure the speed of that parallel train, will definitely way much slower than its actual speed. Suppose there is another person who is sitting on a platform and he measure that parallel train speed 70 km per hour. Let's take an example. And you who are sitting in your train and measure the speed of that parallel moving train is only 20 or 30. It's depending what's your speed of train in which you are moving. Okay, so there is a difference. If two objects are moving in the same direction, their velocity will subtract because the observer will feel less velocity because as they are moving in the same direction. So this is a Newtonian relative velocity. You definitely feel that in your day-to-day world. So I think you feel what is relative velocity. So I will tell you what is actually happening in the case of speed of light. So I think for this I need a pen and paper, so let me grab that, and I will definitely try to make things as simple as possible and try my best to explain this. Let's start. I need to i need to cut that video because I don't have pen and paper right now, so I need to grab that. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Before cutting that video, I need to mention an important fact that the speed of light is constant for every observer whether it is moving. In the case of train, if observer is moving, then the velocity changes, but in a case of light, it doesn't matter who is observer and traveling at what speed and in what direction, the speed of light always remain constant. So that's the backbone of this concept. The speed of light is constant for every observer in every situation. So that's the backbone of this explanation. So please keep that in your mind, that the speed of light is constant, which is 3 into 10 power 6 km per second. 3 into 10 is your power 6, 3 lakh km per second in simple words. Okay. I think for explaining this I need a pen and paper, so I grabbed it. Let's start explaining. Suppose this is a photon who is traveling in a space. Suppose this paper is a space who is traveling in a space at 3 into 10 power 6 km per second. Whatever direction it is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter simply. Okay. Before explaining this, I need to mention something very important. In any case or any situation, light speed doesn't change. It doesn't matter in which direction you are traveling, at what speed you are traveling. Okay, don't forget about it. It's a very important fact. Let's back to the topic. Okay, yeah, it's visible. So the photon is traveling in a space with this speed. With this speed, okay. You are the observer who is floating in a space. You are floating in a space. This is you, and you want to measure the speed of light. Suppose this is a point in a space A and B whose separation is x. Okay, x unit. It may be kilometer, it may be light years, whatever it is. I just take units. Okay, so that's the distance which light needs to travel. And suppose you have a watch, hand watch. This is your hand watch, and this is 1 second. This is 1 second, and we already know that in 1 second the light travel x unit. Okay, this is the x unit, and light will take 1 second to travel this unit. So you need to find what's the speed of light. So the formula is like that: speed equals to distance upon time. And you already know the distance, which is x, and you already know that light take 1 second to travel this distance. So you plug the value t equals to 1. So you find the value, more likely 3 into 10 power 6 if there is a no error in your calculation. So 3 into 10 power 6 kilometer per second. Okay, suppose there is another person. This is that another person who is traveling in a spaceship. This is a spaceship, don't go on my spellings. Okay, this is a spaceship who is moving in the same direction of speed of, okay, so suppose this spaceship is traveling tremendously high speed, 2.99 into 10 power 6 kilometer per second. That's a huge speed, huge amount of speed. Okay, so in your common logical intuition, you probably think that this person will more likely to measure speed of light, which is 3 into 10 power 6 minus 2.99 into 10 power 6, because that's our common intuition said, because they both are moving in the same direction, so their relative velocity will subtract, so he will more likely to measure point 0.1 kilometer per second. But that's not the case. Wrong. No. As I mentioned you earlier, that the speed of light doesn't change in any case, or whatever the speed of observer, or whatever its direction is. Okay, so this person, this spaceship person also have a stop not a stopwatch, a smartwatch. Maybe it's a stopwatch. We just need to calculate time, so it doesn't matter. So this is a stopwatch, this is 1 second, and he also know that the light travel, this is point A, this is a point B, this is the same distance as you measured before, which is x, this is x. So he also wants to measure the speed of light. Don't forget that the person is also moving in that same direction towards the point A and B. So your common intuition will likely to calculate this, and as I mentioned you, and I already tell you that this is wrong, I will give you the feel what is going on. This person is traveling towards that point A and B, and he surprisingly measure that light take 1 second in traveling that distance, okay. I think that's the right time to tell you about this. You and this person measuring the speed of light at same time, at same instant, as 1 second go in this clock. Whose clock? In your clock. As 1 second will pass in your clock, and you measure the speed of light this, and if you want to check that this specific person measures what speed of light, so you just call that person and asked him, hey, you observe the speed of light? And you just said, are you dumb? First let complete 1 second, na? Then I will tell you that what's the speed of light. In his clock, 1 second will not gone yet, but in your clock it's already gone, because you are stationary, and in this person clock time is not completed yet, 1 second is not completed yet. Suppose, think logically, if in that person 1 second will pass at the same rate as in your clock, then he will more likely to calculate less speed, which is 0.1 kilometer per hour, as per our daily intuition. But we already mentioned, I already mentioned the fact that speed of light is constant. So for maintaining that fact, light always travel at the speed of light, time need to go slow for the person who is traveling in the spaceship at this fast speed, because if time go at the same rate as the time is going in your clock, then this person more likely to calculate this speed, 0.1 kilometer per second. But the speed of light is not 0.1 kilometer second. Okay, light is same for all observer. For maintaining the fact that light is same for all the observer, time will go slow in that person. So, and you are okay. I just tell you what is going in the background, and let's come to our present situation. And you call that person and ask him that have you measured the speed of light? Then the specific person will more likely to say, are you dumb? 1 second is not pass in a clock. So that's how you can set that time is going slow for this person, because as 1 second completed in your clock, in a specific person it haven't completed, because because light have to means an life. What I am saying, because life not life sorry, because light has to mention its speed, which is constant for any observer. So that's why the speed of light, why I'm repeating that sentence, so that's why time will definitely go slow for the person who is traveling at faster speeds. Even if you are moving at slower speeds like 40 km per hour, like 60 km per hour, time will also moving slow for you if you're moving with a motorbike. So suppose you are moving with a motorbike at slow speed like 60 km per hour, like 40 km per hour, time will definitely go slow for you. But it's a very neglectable time. You can neglect that value, that time difference. So I think you feel that essence of why does time slow down.